All right, what's going on, the YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. And this week, we're back with the BMX bike and a new BMX tire. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're back with the BMX bike, and it's been a minute since we talked about the BMX bike, and that's because I've been testing out another tire from my friends over at Kenda. And in particular, this time we're talking about the Compact Pro. So some of you will remember the tires I tested out before. Those had that kind of cool tan tread to them, the Kenda 360s. These ones, Compact Pros, a little bit different. So, size-wise, what do we go for? So size on these is a 20 by 2.35. If you're curious what the max size you can really fit on a framed Impact XL, it's a 2.3, in case you were curious. This back tire is a little close to the frame, but that's my own fault for causing problems, for not measuring properly. But it does work, I still can ride it. Just gotta be careful, careful not to knock this wheel out of alignment. So, they did work good for me. So the Kenda Kompact Pros, they're different looking tire. So most of the tires you see, especially BMX tires, tend to be kind of more of a smoother tire, versus these kind of have like a fish scale almost designed to them. They're a little bit different, and that was kind of an interesting thing to realize once I installed them on the bike. Was they're very different than anything else I'd really run. So, as some of you know, I use my BMX bike on pretty much any kind of surface. I've ridden it to pick my daughter up from school, which is all kind of asphalt and concrete. I've ridden this thing at the skate park, concrete. I've ridden this thing at the dirt track, the BMX track, where it's all dirt. No problems, all dirt. Works good there, packed dirt. And I can say the Compact Pros kind of work well in every condition. And with that kind of fish scale design that they have, they grip good, even on like a little bit looser dirt. The way they work is it just grips, and that's it's a little bit different than you would think, because they don't, coming from a dirt guy, they don't look like they would grip. They look like they would just roll fast, and they do. They roll very fast, but they grip at the same time. Makes no sense, right? It's kind of the opposite on a mountain bike. Most of the time you kind of pick one or the other. You either get tons of traction and tons of grip, or you get some really fast rolling tires. So, it's a little bit different on these tires here. So let's read a little bit about the Compact Pros here. So, Kenda says, command your adventure. Here's a bike tire with knurling at the tread and a dual tread compound rubber for maximum grip on corners, walls, and whatever obstacle you master. Pretty simple explanation, honestly, kind of what I said already. They work good, they grip, and they're big. So this is the biggest size they do offer, is the 20 by 2.35. Other than that, they do offer a 20 by 2.1 and then a 20 by inch and 3/8, which is kind of more you'd see on like a racing BMX bike, where you generally see that one at. So you can kind of get different sizes. If I was to do it again on these same tires, I would go down to the 2.1 instead of the 2.3, but like I said, it kind of worked okay in my situation here. So with the Pros, they are 120 TPI, so they're a very plush, very soft tire. It's kind of the way I would put that. So they're very easy to install on the bike, which is kind of a nice thing. It's nice to have easy tires to install sometimes. Nice tire. If you were to run them at a lower pressure, they do good on that. You can run them at higher pressures as well. Works great for that too. In the case of the 2.35s, you can run them between 35 and 65 PSI. In the case of this being a BMX bike, and mostly I'm using it at the track and essentially wanting the least rolling resistance I could get, I generally ran these around 60 PSI. It rolls really good. Can't complain with that. It's kind of what I wanted. I'm a heavier dude. I wanted it to not sink into the dirt, sink into the tires, and get that massive rolling resistance. And even at 60 PSI, they roll good. Even for someone like me on a steel bike, we're good. Hard to complain about that at all. And then of course we'll talk about Kenda's cool chart they give you here that tells you what the tire is going to be best for. So we'll start at weight. Weight gives you a 4 out of 5. I agree. These tires are pretty lightweight compared to a lot of tires out there. They're 120 TPI, so they are going to weigh a little bit more, but you get a lot of benefits from that thread per inch. So I felt like that's a very good trade-off for there. Rolling resistance, 4 out of 5 on that as well. Hard pack and pavement, 5 out of 5. Loose over hard, 5 out of 5. Completely agree. Loose dirt and sand, 4 out of 5. I can't say I've done too much loose dirt or sand, just kind of what's on the top of the BMX track, and I haven't had a problem with them. They seem to work good in those kind of conditions. And then they get a 5 out of 5 in wet conditions. I can say I have not ridden this in wet conditions, so I can't testify to that one, but they seem to do good on in everything that they've said. They do call them your kind of all-around tire here, so having the ability to run them in wet conditions works really well. That is one thing that's different versus the Kenda 360s, is the 360s, you kind of chose which one you wanted. You can choose the dry compound, which is the one I ended up with kind of the tan tread on there. That was good for like dry conditions, not wet conditions. Or you can choose a black one, which is good for wet conditions, but not really as great for dry conditions. So you kind of have to pick your poison there with the 360. The Compact Pro, you kind of get everything all in one. So what do I think of the Compact Pros? So personally, I like the Compact Pros. In my case of my riding, I would rather ride the 360s. And really that comes down to the conditions that I ride in. So the 360, the version that I have with the tan tread, is good for dry conditions. That's really the only times I bring my BMX bike out. It's got to be dry, so that works well for me. That's kind of where I get the faster rolling resistance. They grip on the conditions I need it to grip on. And it works. I feel like it fits my riding style better. Now where the Compact Pros would fit into your riding style would be if you're kind of wanting to do everything with your tire. Have kind of all-in-one good all-purpose tire. You want the grip, you want the traction, but you want the fast rolling resistance, and you want it to work in all weather conditions out there. And that's where the Compact Pro, I feel like, really shines and really makes a difference, is in those certain conditions. So if those are kind of the conditions you're looking for, check out the Compact Pro. There's going to be a link in the description down below, so you can check out the Compact Pro. There's also going to be a link to all of Kenda's tires as well. So check out some Kenda tires. Kenda tires are severely underrated, and you guys are missing out if you have never checked out one of these Kenda tires here. If you guys enjoyed the video or maybe learned something about Kenda today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comments section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.